What is good, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and we're here with our 2025 Royal Rumble predictions, our first set of WWE Premium Live events of 2025. My second set of wrestling predictions this year because I discussed Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty earlier, so I kept thinking in my mind that this is the first predictions, but it is, and it's also weird because I'm filming in January, but by the time this takes place, it'll be February, which is a bit insane, but I am extremely looking forward to this event. A lot of momentum going on and a lot of things going on the road to WrestleMania, which is a phrase that will be said thousands of times in the next three-ish, maybe more months. 3-ish months. But I'm really looking forward to this event, Royal Rumble. It's very good because I would say that both the women's and men's matches are very unpredictable. And when you, mainly the men's side, there's so many favorites and scenarios you could go with that it makes it a lot more interesting. Where like last year, we kind of was like, is it going to be Cody or Punk? And it was funny enough that they were the last two people involved. And, you know, you can kind of tell. Where with this one, you really freaking can't. So I'm really looking forward to it. If you were to hear me talk about a older Royal Rumble event, keeping the Royal Rumble mojo going on, I made a retro review of the 2008 Royal Rumble, which was another all-time event. And to be honest, a very unpredictable Royal Rumble, and the person that won it wasn't even, you know, medically cleared, so made it that more interesting. Now, here is a very, very side note. I know we're 2 minutes in and haven't predicted a match. Granted, this is a 4-match card, and we might spend a while talking about it because it's just that juicy and detailed that it needs to be like that. Something that I have been lacking and not done that I really wanted to was make a video talking about what I wanted to see at WrestleMania, a la a WrestleMania fantasy booking video, and I feel that personally I should have I wanted to get it done before the Royal Rumble, because once the winners of the Rumble matches happen, it kind of sets the foundation of the rest of the event. But I have very much struggled, especially with it being 2 nights, and I'm a person that wants to see everyone involved on the card. I want somebody and everybody to have a moment on WrestleMania, but I've struggled with it, and I've made 2 to 3 cards for WrestleMania and fantasy bookings, and I just personally didn't like it. So during the course of this video, I'm going to say the main things that I'd like to see happen at WrestleMania, and a lot of it, again, the foundation can be set here at the Royal Rumble. So I'm going to write down that the actual predictions start at 3:15. I did write down 3:16 because of Stone Cold, but it is what it is. So the first match to discuss, and again, all these matches could be match of the night. Very, very unpredictable event coming up, but I'm really looking forward to this matchup. For the first time since, I believe, WrestleMania, the tag team titles will be defended on a WWE Premium Live event or pay-per-view. Looking forward to hell to this one. 2 out of 3 falls. WWE Tag Team title match. I still call them the SmackDown tag titles every so often, but WWE Tag Team title match, DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. I am glad to see that they are going to be on this event. I'd very much love for them to win this match. I do think that it will go to a 3rd fall, because it is very rare that 2 out of 3 falls matches don't go to the 3rd fall. Granted, I believe at the 2018 Royal Rumble, we had a tag team title 2 out of 3 falls match, and ended it up in a sweep, which was the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I'm 99% sure it was a sweep because I was very confused and a little bit pissed off that it ended that way. So I do expect it to go 1-1 and DIY win. Now, speaking of WrestleMania, and like I said, my WrestleMania wish list, I'm very much hoping that Motor City could end up on the show. They've been wrestling for way too long, and it'd be nice to see them get a WrestleMania moment. So that is one of the things on my WrestleMania wish list. The next thing And we've been discussing this since like September-ish, October-ish, and it has continued and continued, and this will probably be the grand finale of it. But we have an undisputed WWE title match. We've had so many layers and elements added to the story that has made it a lot more interesting. But Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match. I love the fact that they have brought the Wing Eagle title into the picture and it made it. They keep alluding to it as a prop, and it's not that big of a deal. But to me and to others, it's a big deal. So I like that it's an added factor. And I like that Kevin Owens is the one that has been carrying it around. And to be honest, I'm hoping the hell that he wins it and he continues to carry it around. Kevin Owens, though, it hurts that he's gotten the title opportunity at Bash in Berlin. He got the title opportunity at Saturday Night's Main Event. He's got several other opportunities on non-televised events. I want to see Kevin Owens have another world title reign. But every time I picked him, he's lost. And I feel that we waited so long to see this Cody Rhodes title reign that they're going to try to keep it going for as long as they can, which, I like Cody. I love Kevin a lot more. It's just that simple. So for probably the last time, as my dog is popped in, he doesn't know what to do. He never knows what to do when I'm filming videos. For the last time, I'm picking Kevin. I'm not even going to say it for the last time. If he keeps getting title opportunities, I'm probably going to continue to pick him. But I'm picking Kevin Owens once again. You want to get up there or not? You're just looking around. I'm picking Kevin Owens. Now, several Kevin Owens factors play in my WrestleMania wish list. He's just walking away. The main one, and again, it involves the WWE title, and they are teasing so many elements on TV of what we could and could not get at WrestleMania. One of them that has been recently teased is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a rivalry that has gone on forever, but is an all-time rivalry, so no complaints. But I feel that they deserve a spotlight with the WWE Championship, to where some of these other matchups that could happen at Mania that would be big deals don't necessarily need the championship. So I would love to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Now, another one, and this is ultimate fantasy booking, probably not going to happen, but, there's a world where it could. We get Kevin Owens winning this WWE Championship. We get CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble, and he wants to face KO at Mania. That is, if I was in charge, that would probably be the decision I make, because they're two of my all-time favorites. And to get them in a WrestleMania main event for the WWE Championship, I thought of that, that was a late-night thought by me the other night. Now, let's get to talk about the Royal Rumble match itself. The Women's Royal Rumble. I wrote down who I think is going to win. I do have an honorable mention. Not as many people have been announced for this as the men's side. I think Io Sky, it's time to get her back in the women's title picture, because it's been around a year because she lost it at Mania and has done a lot of tag stuff. Let's get her back in the women's title picture, especially because we've been seeing Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the past year. Half a year, but it feels like almost a year. So getting Io involved in that would be nice. But my honorable mention, and I do think this is probably going to be the actual winner. I'm going to be rooting for Io, but I do think the actual winner is probably going to be Charlotte. But I'm picking Io. I already wrote down Io. My honorable mention is Charlotte. And I will be intrigued to see how the fans react to Charlotte returning and winning. Because a lot of times when Charlotte wins big matches, mainly championship matches, the fans get very pissed off about it. So I'm intrigued to see, with it being her return, would they act that way again? Time will tell. As it is also cold. So I've done that several times throughout the video, so I apologize. But now we get to the main topic, the main event. The men's Royal Rumble match. There's several. I haven't wrote down who I have predicted to win this. I have several honorable mentions. There's a world where Roman Reigns wins this, and we get Roman versus Cody 3 at WrestleMania, which I will go on the record as saying That is one of the biggest. I would say the second biggest match WWE can do right now is Roman versus Cody. The number one biggest match is probably Roman versus The Rock. You could probably say John Cena versus somebody when it's John Cena's retirement match, but that's on the list. But like Roman versus Cody 3, the trilogy. The first time was good, but it only was made better due to the sequel. And you would have to see what the hell happens with the trilogy. But there's a world where Roman Reigns wins the Rumble and we get that trilogy bout. I'm not predicting that to happen. I do think that fans would probably be a little bit pissed off that would happen, but who knows? Who knows? If Jey Uso did not have a world title match at Saturday Night's Main Event, I could have saw him winning the Royal Rumble and getting a big world title shot at WrestleMania. He's very over. The crowd loves him. And if he was to win that world title, they would go insane. Y-E-E-T. I'm not saying the word, but I'll spell it out for you. But with him having that world title match, I think it kind of eliminated it. It was a little bit too, soon. But I do think that a Jey Uso title run is not out of the realm of possibility during the course of this year. My first honorable mention will be Drew McIntyre, because there will be several candidates for, I've been saying there's several candidates for WrestleMania main eventers, and he's been one of them. And in looking at what the hell I can see happen at WrestleMania, he's just the guy that I don't really know. They've kind of also teased him versus Cody a handful of times, and etc. So I could see him potentially winning it. My second honorable mention is the guy that I think is going to win the Elimination Chamber, but who knows? He might win the Rumble as well. Sami Zayn. I alluded to wanting to see him versus Kevin for the World Championship, but I think him winning in Canada in the Elimination Chamber would be almost as equally a good decision as well. And the thing that I like is that the Royal Rumble winner, I like it when they make the Royal Rumble winner like take their time and pick, which I think this is going to be one of those cases where the winners do so. Now, I'm stuck between two other people, my runner-up and my actual winner. I think that my runner-up is going to be CM Punk. There's several things. Here's my main thing on my WrestleMania wish list is CM Punk finally gets his main event. Probably should have got it last year. To be honest, probably should have got it 10 plus years ago. That's a different story for, that's been told time and time again. But I want CM Punk to get his main event. And there's several routes where he can get it and it not being a title bout. There's several routes where he does it and it is a title bout. I think the most likely route is him versus Roman, and his favor is he wants a WrestleMania main event against the guy that has main evented the last 5 Manias, 40, 39, 38, 37. He did not main event 36, but, if you want a real technicality, he did main event WrestleMania 40 twice over, so technically the last 5. So, and they might want to keep that streak alive. Who knows? But the main thing on my WrestleMania wish list is CM Punk finally gets his WrestleMania main event. Also, one thing that I did not mention, going back, I want Motor City to get on the Mania card. I did mention that. Another person recently debuted would be cool as hell to see him at WrestleMania. Penta. I do imagine that one happens, though. Now, the last thing that is wrote on my WrestleMania wish list goes along with who I'm predicting wins this men's Royal Rumble match. John Cena. 2025, I think, is going to be his year because it is his last year. I think he has a good chance of winning this Royal Rumble. And at some point this year, he will get a world title match and or a WWE title match to chase and get that record-breaking 17th title spot. And I do think it would be an all-time WrestleMania moment if he did it in the main event of night 2 and breaks the record. And y'all know me. I love Gunther. I could see him doing it against Gunther. And I would love for Gunther to get a WrestleMania main event. So, like, in my ideal scenario, my ideal scenario for WrestleMania. Night 1 main event is Roman versus CM Punk. Night 2 main event is Gunther versus John Cena for the World Championship. Co-main event of Night 1 is Sami and Kevin. And to be honest, this is going to be a head-ass comment. I think being like the opening match at Mania nowadays actually means so. Like Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch last year were like advocating and really wanting to be the opening match of Mania because they're setting the tone for the rest of the weekend. So, you could put one of these matches in the opening match. Obviously, you want to main event, that's the highlights and whatnot, but being an opening match, etc. But, like, you need a co-main event and a main event to make the card as equal. Now, with that being said, Cody versus Randy Orton. I do think there's going to be a route where it's probably Randy versus Kevin. But I also, just me overthinking. If I was Randy Orton, he might go the route of, Cody, I've been out hurt for the past couple months, and you've kind of forgot about me, and, you only really worried about yourself, and, if you really weren't worried about yourself, I wouldn't have got hurt, and he comes up and starts siding with Kevin. It's like, I know Kevin hurt me, but like, Kevin was kind of right, and so that leads us to the route of Cody versus Orton. Now, I will also say, there's a world where we get Cody versus Orton at Mania, and there's a route where we get Cody versus Cena at Mania, and I just think those bouts are, like, so big that the World Championship isn't really needed. And personally, I think that John Cena's last match, I know we got a long ways to go before that, I think his last match should be against Cody Rhodes in a very passing of the torch moment. It's kind of it would be a WrestleMania match that doesn't happen at WrestleMania. So that's why I don't really want to see this match at Mania. Now, if they do it, John Cena's last match should either be against Randy Orton, his longtime rival, his forever rival, or against CM Punk. I'm all right with any of those three scenarios, but it will be an interesting route that we get to several months from now. But if they do Cody versus Orton or Cody versus Cena at Mania, it doesn't need a title. Now, I will say, because like I said, there's several people that is in the WrestleMania main event spotlight. And the last thing, it's on my wish list, but I don't really, it's not really a wish list. It's just a very big question. I have no clue what the hell Seth Rollins does. I think that they could have done Seth versus Punk at Mania for the main event because we should have got that last year. And obviously with that match happening at the Netflix premiere, it kind of takes the luster away from it. I do see a scenario where they have their rematch because Seth wants to get his win back and he gets his win back, and then we get a third and final bout that could be the Mania main event, but it's just like we saw the first match already. Don't know if and when the second match would happen and whatnot, but it's just like I have no clue what the hell Seth does at Mania. Now, I will say the thing that I was thinking about with this Punk and Roman connection is that Seth would probably crash the F out. Because the one thing he keeps throwing, he throws several things at CM Punk, but one of the main digs is, you have not main evented WrestleMania. One of the people he hates the most is Roman Reigns. So those two clashing heads, and Punk gets his main event thanks to Roman, would be an all-time crash out and set up for Seth and Punk to continue afterwards at Mania. So if Punk main events WrestleMania, I wouldn't mind it being against Seth in a trilogy completion. Probably would need a stipulation on it. That way it is not the same as the first two matches. Ultimate dream scenario versus Kevin Owens for the WWE title, but that's just, again, dream scenario, probably unlikely. Most likely scenario, and I'm not even against it, is Punk and Roman. But coming into the sense of the Royal Rumble, I'm expecting John Cena to win and to chase that 17th championship, preferably against the world champion Gunther. So this is like a 2-in-1 video. I'm going to label it as the Royal Rumble predictions because I went through the event. Again, it's kind of crazy that I spent 20 minutes talking about 4 matches, but I talked about several other things as well. So hopefully you all enjoy this event. Like I said, if you want to hear me talk more about the Royal Rumble, check out my retro review of the 2008 event. Hopefully you enjoy this event if you're going to watch it. If not, enjoy the rest of your weekend or week, because this is a Thursday when I'm uploading it. Weekend, screw it. Stay safe. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave in the comments who you think is going to win the men's and women's matches. And you know what? Tell me what surprises you want to see. I'm not going to say anything because, like I said, I want to be surprised. I don't even want to, like, throw an idea out there and then it not happen. I just want to be shocked. So, we'll see what the hell happens. So, I do appreciate y'all for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Because I'm out for now. Goodbye.